This is Tank's Vlog for October 14, 2017, wrapping up today in sports. American League Championship Series sees the Houston Astros leading 2-0. Through the first 2 games, pitching has been the story. Tonight it was Justin Verlander who had the Yankees at bay, pitching a complete game, striking out their team. But he needed help. Game tied 1-1, bottom of the 9th. Carlos Correa strokes a drive into the gap off of Aroldis Chapman. And the Yankees make all the right plays. Judge, great throw to Didi Gregorius at short. Didi Gregorius, perfect throw home, but Gary Sanchez drops the ball. Jose Altuve slides across the plate. Astros win 2-1. Yankees now are down 2-0 again and have another bitter pill to swallow after the way they lost that game. Gary Sanchez has to make that play. Has to make that play. It's an absolute embarrassment. I mean, that's the throw from right field warning track to Gregorius home was just as Tom Mamansky drew it up, except Gary Sanchez could not hold on to a perfect throw. I mean, the ball was right there. All he had to do was hold on to it, swipe tag, Altuve's out. So the Yankees now are behind the 8 ball once again. Can they battle back this time? It will be a lot tougher when you look at what the Astros have on the mound. National League Championship Series began today. Clayton Kershaw gave up an early home run, but the Dodgers responded and won 5-2. Yasiel Puig was the hitting star. A couple of big hits, and the Dodgers have the early advantage over the Cubs, 5-2, with Kente Maeda providing stellar support and relief to get the win. College football today, and the upsets continued after number 2 Clemson and number 8 Washington State lost Friday night. It was number 5 Washington going down, scoring just 7 points against Arizona State, a team that had a losing record going in. One team that does not know how to lose is Alabama, who once again just obliterated another opponent, 41-9. Is there any point right now? Is there anyone that's going to touch them? Georgia, maybe. Georgia, number 4. Today, slayed Missouri, 53-28. TCU, solid win, 26-6 over Kansas State. Wisconsin had to sweat one out against Purdue, 17-9. Ohio State is rising, 56-14. So you got some really good teams in the Big Ten. That doesn't include Penn State, who had a bye this week. LSU rallied from down 20-0 to stun number 23 Auburn. Miami, another last-second win. They were facing defeat, but held on. Beat Georgia Tech 25-24. Oklahoma today got a big lead, fell behind, but rallied to beat Texas 29-24 at number 12. USC also rallied at number 13, beating Utah at home 28-27. Oklahoma State crushed Baylor 59-16, so these teams should move up. Michigan, they're basically a paper tiger. They're 5-1 at 17. The voters see what I see. That's why they're so low. 27-20. They got a big game next week in Penn State. If they don't win that game, they could go plummeting out of the top 25 incredibly. And I don't think they're definitely not going to be favored. South Florida. You want to talk about a team that's quietly out there. 33-3 win over Cincinnati. They're 6-0 in the American Athletic Conference. North Carolina State doubled up Pitt 35-17. Michigan State held off a big rally from Minnesota to win 30-27. East Carolina lost to Central Florida. Central Florida they're going to be rising in the rankings, 6 at 5-0. Number 22, 63-21 win. Stanford, meanwhile, had Duck Soup, 49-7 win over Oregon. Number 24, Texas Tech, was upended by West Virginia. Don't be surprised if the Mountaineers entered the poll. And Navy, stay at number 25, will be short-lived as they suffered their first loss of the year to Memphis, 30-27. Hockey. Devils had their first game against the Rangers. Last year did not beat the Rangers. This year, things are different. Even with Keith Kincaid out there, no Corey Schneider, coming off their first loss of the season just 24 hours earlier, Devils put forth a terrific effort and earned a 3-2 win at Madison Square Garden. Rangers are scuffling. Devils are looking good. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Today's 3 stars are Justin Verlander, who went the distance, 125 pitches for the Astros. J.T. Barrett, who had 7 touchdowns in Ohio State's win over Nebraska. My, have the Cornhuskers fallen. Corey Crawford had 37 saves and only allowed 1 goal in an overtime win over the Predators. I guess that's what you call revenge for last year's humiliating first-round playoff sweep. Today's birthday shout-out goes to a player who should be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm talking about Joe Klecko. He turned 64, was the leader of the New York Sack Exchange, and his career was cut short by knee injuries, but probably the best defensive player the New York Jets have ever had. And today we take a look back at the 1972 Miami Dolphins, who faced a crisis point in their undefeated run when Bob Greasy broke his ankle against the San Diego Chargers and Earl Morrall came on to lead them to a 24-10 win. Morrall started the rest of the regular season going 9-0. So check that story out at Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where this week we take a look at our Week 6 NFL preview. The modern-day Dolphins, they're no 72 team. Jay Cutler is terrible, horrendous, awful, atrocious, pathetic, putrid. And the Dolphins will obviously get murderized by the Falcons in Atlanta 27-6. Ravens have been up and down. Bears have been mostly down. I like the Baltimore Ravens in that game. Browns should have won last week and now have another starting quarterback, Kevin Hogan. One guy that they could have had was Deshaun Watson. Watch Deshaun Watson light the Browns up as the Texans win. Poor Minnesota. So many injuries. Packers have just as many injuries, but it seems the Vikings' injuries come to bigger players, bigger positions. 2 quarterbacks down. Case Keenum, he's mediocre at best. It's going to be a close one, but I think the Packers find a way to pull it out in Minnesota. I like the Lions to go down to New Orleans. Jets to get slapped back to reality by the Patriots. I like the Redskins over the 49ers, who have been playing competitive, but coming up short, nothing to show for it at 0-5. I think the Buccaneers go into the desert and sail away with a win. I like the Jaguars over the Rams. I like the Steelers in the upset in Kansas City. The Steelers seem to have the Chiefs' number, and I think they'll dial it up on Sunday. On my original picks, I didn't think Derek Carr was going to play, so I picked the Raiders. Picked the Chargers to beat the Raiders. Looks like Carr is going to play, so that might change things a bit. But it's already published, so my original pick was the Chargers, although Raiders will probably win. That's why I hate Thursday Night Football. And the Sunday Nighter, Giants do not have a chance in Denver. Do not have a chance at all. I mean, you want to talk about the stone cold lead pipe lock. I mean, this is the shoe-in of the week. I mean, if the Giants win, I will eat this paper. Giants have no chance in hell. If the Giants beat the Broncos tomorrow, I will eat this paper. And on the Monday Nighter, the Titans, I think they'll end their demons against the Colts. Colts are a little banged up. I don't think Mariota's going to miss this one. So I like the Titans to win that one. So there you have my NFL preview week 6. It's brought to you by MyBookieAG. To get in on the action, go to MyBookieAG and have a nice day.